Hello everybody, Mick Coxage again, talking all things paperbacks, either UK or US, and yeah, talking about my collection and going through a series of videos, and I hope that they enlighten you in some way, and maybe things you can add to your list of books that you might want. Today I'm going to go through WDL, World Distributors Limited from the UK. It's a very unique little series, very early 50s, and they were basically reprinting artwork and titles from America, maybe the year or 2 years before that. So they're quite early 50s, maybe 1950, 51. I'm very unsure of the dates on these, because as most UK titles, they're not numbered and there's no dates. But with a bit of investigation, I do believe they're sort of late 1950 into 51, and they basically reprinted all mostly quarter books, digests from America, from the late 40s into the early 50s, and also ecstasy and exotic book as well. So there's a few crossover titles as well. I believe there was 25 printed. 25 books actually published. I own 14 of them, so it's not a full complete set. I'm only going by adverts on the back of the covers that sort of lead me to believe there's around 25. There could be more, but I think 25 is pretty near the mark. So let's go through them today, WDL, and I'll also compare them with the quarter books and the other digest books that are twin covers with them, to show you that the artwork on these WDL books has not been messed around with. They are pretty much as it was on the American books, and they look fantastic. So anyway, let's go through World Distributor Limited from the UK. Hello. So here we go. WDL, all published in Manchester, as most WDL books were in the 50s. And very lovely set of books. If you can find them, great. These are really tough to find, and especially in any sort of great condition. They're just absolutely lovely books. And yeah, like I said, I've got 14 out of the, I believe, 25. And the first two I'm going to show you, I don't have the corresponding books from America. I don't own them. So the first two are sort of standalone books, if you like. So here we go. Careless Virgin by James Clayford, author of Pleasure Girl, which I do believe is William Arthur Neubauer is the guy here. And you can see from the spine there, it's just the title. There's no numbering system at all. And when you go to the back, this is what you're... On every copy, it's the same. They give 3 books at the top, different books, and a little form at the bottom where you could send off to Manchester for these particular issues. So on the back here, you've got Room and Dame, Respectable Harlot, and 3 Men and a Mistress. And that pretty much runs through the whole series. But they are fantastic books, and the artwork is absolutely wonderful, as usual. On to Ecstasy. Luther Gordon. This comes from a quarter book as well, so this has been reprinted. I don't own the quarter book, but here it is. Again, great artwork. Not sure who it's by. Could be Roadwald. Not too sure. And on the back, there's your 3 other books from the series. Again, on the spine, just says the title. Doesn't even say the author's name, it's just the title on these UK books. And a great looking book it is, Ecstasy. And then we come on to the 2 copies together, side by side. So on the right is the UK version with its UK pricing there. And you can see the artwork has not suffered at all. It's an exact replica of the Roadwald artwork here. Bedtime Girl by James Clayford. It was a pseudonym for Peggy Gaddis use this particular name, James Clayford. Very saucy little cover. A lady of the night, doing her best to drum up some work. And she's quite scantily clad, but that is just tops artwork, isn't it? Number 19 on quarter books on the left, and on this side here we have the UK version from, I think, 1950. That's what I've deduced. If I'm wrong, please let me know, but I think 50 or 51 is around that mark. But that artwork, my copy's not in great shape, but find me another. That's what I say. So there you go. There's the first one, Bedtime Girl. Let's just lay them down. And on to the next two. Again, quarter books on the left, which is the original American version. And on the right, we've got the UK version. And again, the artwork has been adapted slightly, but I don't really think it's that bad. Certainly the guy's been adapted slightly, but I still think it stands out as incredible artwork. Still signed by Fred Rodewald. The quarter book there is number 22, which would have come out in about, I think probably late 40s, maybe 49. And there's the UK version on the right. Just lovely books. And I'm very lucky to have all of these in twins. On to Respectable Harlot. Another book by James Clayford. Again, the artwork has not suffered one bit. And they really are fantastic looking books, and the artwork is top notch. So World Distributors were really copying these books more or less. There's no real apart from the quarter books missing and the price. Everything else, even the blurb at the top, is all the same. And yeah, I was very lucky to get both of these books because they're quite hard to find. And again, great artwork by Fred Claude Rodewald. And so here we are, Wolf Trap Blonde. Again, quarter books on the left and the WDL on the right. Very hard to find books. The quarter book, especially in the condition of the quarter book there, really fine condition. My one looks a little bit worn. It's got some reader crease on down the spine. But the lady looks lovely in both. This is drawn artworks by George Gross, and you can see it's been adapted slightly. The quarter book's got that black background, and on the UK one we've gone to a nice blue. But apart from that, apart from the price change, the blurb's all the same on the front. An excitement-packed novel of a girl no man could resist. Wolf Trap Blonde. And then the next one is Pickup. Most of these titles are in that in the genre of the sleazier side of books. Mostly we're talking about ladies of the night trying to make a living, and this lady here is certainly going to do that. Again, artwork by George Gross. Quarter books on the left, that'll be quarter book number 41. I've done these in this particular order to follow the quarter books numbering system, because I have not got a clue about the UK versions, because I just don't know. There's no numbers on them. So pick up there on this side the UK version. I mean, that is a great looking book and in really good condition. And this is by Harman Bellamy. Now, Harman Bellamy was quite prolific on digests around that time, and it was actually a pseudonym by Herman Irving Bloom. But again, you can see we've got the price down the side, and there's just the title on the spine. And this is a lovely looking copy and a lovely looking book with great artwork by George Gross. Top stuff. Frenchie is next. Quite strange that this book has come across, and literally they're both, even though they've been slightly changed with the actual pastel of the edition itself, they still both look wonderful. This artwork's by Bill Wenzel, and is quite distinctive in that manner. Guy smoking, watching a particular young lady getting dressed or undressed. We're not sure where we are in that relationship. Harmon Bellamy, you've got the quarter book edition on the left, and that's quarter book number 39, and then the UK edition on the right. My copy's not too bad. It's got a few little nicks here and there, but when I saw it, I had to have it. And as you can see, it's just the price on the front that's changed from with the quarter book. Colophon's now disappeared. And yeah, great looking book. This is such great artwork. If I'm right, I'm not sure who this artwork's actually by. It probably is George Gross. It's possibly Bill Wenzel as well. It probably is Bill Wenzel. If I'm honest, I think that's probably got that comic book look about it. So it could be Bill Wenzel. I reckon this is 1951 now. We're into 51 with this particular edition, going by adverts in certain magazines that I found. By Joan Sherman, who was a pseudonym for Peggy Gaddis. And two great... Well, the UK copy is very, very nice. There's a few little marks on there, but not too bad. My quarter book edition does have a seen better times, but it's intact and a few creases. I think someone sat on it at some point, but yeah, two lovely books there with some great good girl art, or some great good girl art, whatever you want to put it. And then on to only a few to go. Room and Dame. By Gerald Foster. What can you say, really? The young lady's there reading a digest book herself. She's a gentleman's checking into the hotel room. There's the UK version. I think the UK artwork on this is brighter. My copy is very bright and it's in really great condition. By Gerald Foster. Originally quarter book number 60. And I also, just as a just to add to these two, I've also got the Detective Crime magazine as well with the same cover. I think there's only 3 that are out there. I've not seen anything else with those particular covers. And there's all 3. Very proud to have all 3 of them because it is wonderful artwork. Not sure who the artwork's by. It's unsigned. Could possibly be Hal Dodd. I would go with Hal Dodd. Anyway, Room and Dame. 2 great books. One by Quarter and one by World Distributors in the good old UK. Now, we've gone from quarter books. Now we're moving on to exotic. So exotic on the left, and there's the UK copy from WDL on the right. Again, absolutely beautiful artwork. I'm not sure. I think that might... I'm pretty sure that might be George Gross as well, but I'm pretty much unsure. I can't find my copy at the moment. Anyway, 3 Men and a Mistress, Florence Stonebreaker. The exotic copy does look a little bit naff. It's got some creases down there, but still, look at that artwork. That is top notch, absolutely top notch. And again, very hard to find in any condition at all, really. Yeah, artwork's by George Gross. I've just found it on my listing here. Of course, it's George Gross. Look at that. Wonderful. 1951 for the WDL on the right, and I do believe probably 1951 or 1951 for the exotic as well. Again, I'm just guessing at these dates for the UK. But again, if you go to the back cover here, I've got some tape on the back there, but to hold the book in place. But all the adverts are there as usual. And then on to, again, another real tough one to find. Only 3 to go now. Exotic novel with Thrill Girl by Jean Harvey. And again, what can you say? It just looks wonderful. And really, really good art. Again, that would be George Gross artwork. And yeah, the UK version has got a few little creases. I think I bought this off of Neil Pettigrew a couple of years back now. And yeah, as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. It was had to be done. Artwork by George Gross, and Jean Harvey was written under. It's a pseudonym written under by Jack Hanley. But look, that's just wonderful artwork. One man wasn't enough. There you go. Just the last 2 to go now. Harlow in Her Heart. This was the copy that was used by Uma Thurman on the Pulp Fiction poster when she's laying on the bed with the gun. It's this particular book she's holding. And this obviously come out on Ecstasy first, and again, a tough book to have on Ecstasy in great condition. This my Ecstasy novel on the left here from March. I think that's March 1950. Is in great condition, and then my UK version also in really good condition by Norman Bly. And there's the price down the side with this spine. Spine looks a bit tatty, but the book itself is in very good and fantastic artwork. Absolutely brilliant artwork. And to finish off the set of the UK's, we have Passion's Slave by Jean Harvey again. Exotic novel on the left at 35 cents, and the UK version on the right. I was so pleased to. I think I won this on an eBay bidding auction, and I did go a little bit high on it, but because it is top notch. George Gross artwork, and you can see from both ladies here, slightly brighter on the exotic, but still, again, a very nice looking lady adjusting her stockings because she's Passion's slave. And that the exotic novel came out in February 1950, so I'm thinking 51 for the UK version, more than likely, but I'm just guessing as there's no numbering system at all. So there you have it. I hope that's been insightful for you, with loads of UK books with their American counterparts, and just shows you that UK books at the time didn't have to be, they weren't producing rubbish, they were reproducing really good books with really good art, and they definitely weren't cheap, going the cheap way. They were literally sticking to the original and producing great books. So if you do see them out there, WDL, I'll give you a quick look at the spine for Passion's Slave 1.6. So I've still got a few to find. I've still got 11 to find for what I believe is the set, and they are very hard to locate. So good luck if you find any. If anybody's got any information on this set on the right, the UK version, by all means leave me a comment, and let me know if I've got anything a little bit wrong. It's all guesstimation on my part. But I hope you've enjoyed this particular edition, and I'll see you next time for more paperback books or digest books, whatever comes to hand for me, and I'll see you then.